Darren, good to get that first win out of the way for season 2017.
Yeah, no, it was. We've had three pretty tough games first up, so to get a win on the board was, I suppose, pleasing and a good reward for the work that the boys have put in.
You just mentioned that you guys have had three tough matches leading into this one. Do you think you just kept playing the brand of football you were playing those first 3 weeks today, or did you do anything different to get there?
Yeah, no, we changed up a bit. We've got a new group, which I suppose we've got to probably go back a little bit and train them the way that we want to play and the way we want to use the ball. And we've implemented quite a bit of, I suppose, a different game plan to what we've had. It's taken the boys a little bit of time to get used to it. So we probably just opened ourselves up a lot in the first three games and were really easy to score against. So it was pleasing to only concede 9 goals today and make the opposition work a bit harder.
You mentioned the defence. I thought in the last quarter, Anderton, Josh McGuinness after a really quiet third quarter, and Johns were really good in defence. What were your thoughts on those ones?
Yeah, look, they were. Josh, I don't think Josh had a touch in the third, and then he came out and I think he took 6 or 7 marks in the last quarter and really steadied us down, used the ball really well, and he's a quality player. So he hasn't played much footy in the last 2 years, so he's just building into hopefully a great season as the season unfolds.
Another defender, Havea, is that the correct pronunciation?
Havea,
yeah. He usually, I noticed the first couple of games he played in defence. Looks like you've swung him up forward, and with Wiggins being a bit quieter today, Havea really stood up. Yeah,
look, he's really strong, and he hits hard, and he launches himself at the contest. He's one of those guys. Once he gets his hands on it, it's really hard to get it out of him. He hasn't played a lot of footy over the years, so he's still learning the game. And but look, he was outstanding last week in our loss against Launceston, and he was really good again today.
I thought Borscott probably put in more of a consistent effort across 4 quarters today.
Yeah, look, I thought in the third quarter when he went into the middle, he definitely lifted us and changed the shape of the game, and he got his hands on it, had some really important clearances. So I thought it was really important to us. He got his sights set on trying to make the state team again, so I think it was a bit of a kick up the bum for him to not make it in the first squad. So he's really keen to put some really good performances together and maybe get a look into the state team.
Mentioning other players who were really unlucky to miss the state team, I thought Robbie McManus was a bit stiff. What are your thoughts on his game?
Yeah, look, Robbie's had 4 outstanding games now, and the way he plays on the edge of, he's always there and he's always playing on. He takes some really good marks. His work rate's probably second to none in our team, and the guys like that we'd really like to see get the opportunity to play state. But there's a few more weeks to go before it gets finalised. So if he continues to play well over the next couple of weeks, we hope to be able to sneak him in.
I thought your midfield group again today was exceptional. Walsh, Fife and Nat Franklin, especially Walsh, sort of a bit of a quieter game against Clarence. It was a bit publicised. He really bounced back across the
Yeah, he did. I think he had 33 last week. He's had 32 again this week. Him and Bell Chambers, Franklin, Fife. Fife had 15 tackles today, and I think he had 31 as well. So and he ran with Matthews, who kept him in check most of the day, I thought.
Looking ahead, Darren, what's ahead for you guys, and what are your plans coming up for the next fortnight, especially?
Yeah, look, we're not going too far ahead. We've got the Tigers next week at 6 o'clock, which we will certainly go in there with a bit of confidence after having a win today. I thought the boys could have got a bit jittery having 3 losses in a row, but to their credit, they stuck to their guns and continue to pull the trigger and back themselves in. And as I said, we kicked 10-14, so we're a bit wasteful in front of goal. So we'll hopefully be able to get a better return next week.
Speaking of next week, just wrapping it up with the Tigers. My observations are that you guys play a similar brand of football, and you're both physical and you like to use your run and carry. How do you think you'll match up against them?
Yeah, look, I think they've picked up some really good players, and we've only been working on the team we've been playing, so we'll have a really good look at them this week and try and get some matchups right on them, and hopefully be able to nullify their run and maybe get a bit of a leg up on their midfield with our midfield. Our midfield's been really strong and we've been happy with that. That's probably the one area that we've been winning most weeks. So we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to work with our forwards, and I thought our backs were much better today. So we just need to work with our forwards and their leading patterns, and if we can do that, I'm sure we'll be able to kick a better score.
Thanks for your time, Dan.
No worries, thank you.
Tough loss today, Richie. What are your immediate thoughts just after coming off the ground?
Yeah, we're very disappointed. It was probably our worst performance I think we've put in all year. Our second half was poor. We got beaten at something we pride ourselves on, and that's contested footy. And after half time, they're real good players like Boscott and Walsh just got too much of the footy. But I think Boscott got 2 or 3 centre clearances that resulted in goals, and end of the day we've gone down by 2 goals, so he had a huge bearing on the result.
You guys did have a better scoring half in the second half, kicking 5-0, but like you mentioned, Lauderdale kicked 8-13. What do you think? What can you attribute that sort of scoring differential to?
Well, they obviously had more of the footy. Like the ball got rebounded from our forward half too easily. They linked up well from half back and they got it inside. And I thought our defenders did a really good job. I think Azzopardi on Wiggins was really good, and Hugh Williams in his first game back for the year was really good as well. So, to be fair, if the defenders hadn't stood up like they did, it could have been a 5 or 6 goal loss.
I thought Cole was really good today, and also Williams. What can you tell me about those guys?
Eddie has done a huge pre-season. He's been really consistent. He's only a young guy, 18 and 19. He's gone from being a fringe player last year to being one of our midfielders this year, and he just works really hard at training, and he's got a great work ethic, and he's getting some reward on game day. Joshy was better today, I thought, in patches. His attributes are his speed and getting out over the back, and he kicked a couple of goals. So he just needs to keep working hard during the week so it translates to a better four-quarter performance of a weekend.
Young Wisniewski showed a little bit in patches.
Yeah, in patches. He, by his own admission, admits he's got to work a bit harder on game day. As you say, he was good in patches, but there's other times that he wasn't so great. So we as a coaching group and the rest of the boys will get around him and make sure that he puts in a four-quarter effort next week.
Like most of the other teams in the TSL, you guys are coming in with a young group. No one wants to make excuses or anything, but who are the people on the field that you're sort of looking, the leaders basically, who you look to sort of have that influence across 4 quarters and sort of bring the other boys up?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to look too far. Ryan Matthews, his work ethic during the week, his preparation is second to none. So the young guys who at times inconsistent with their efforts throughout a game just need to take note of Ryan. He puts his head over the ball. Every contest, he's hard, he tackles well. So they just need to take a look at how he plays the game and try and aspire to be as good as him. So he's the best role model we've got, and the captain as well. The work he does away from training, he sets the example there. So there's some good leaders within the club. We just need to fast track these younger guys that they have a better work ethic during the week so it translates to 4 quarters on the weekend.
Do you think in a game that was as physical as today was, especially coming down to Lauderdale Oval, you sort of know you're in for that hard physical game where the crowd is right behind the Bombers? Do you think the younger boys were a bit either intimidated or sort of dropped off a bit compared to last week when I thought a lot of the younger players, Walker, etc., really stood up?
Yeah, to be honest, I think Walker was okay. Like, I don't think he's the least of our problems. We were ready and embraced ourselves because at the end of the day their season was on the line today, and they're playing at home. They're always hard to beat at home. As I said, it's just the consistency of effort for 4 quarters that we're aspiring to have, and unfortunately today we didn't have that. So we just need to look at the tapes during the week and work hard, and next week we've got another good challenge against Devonport on Saturday night back on our home deck. So hopefully we work hard during the week and we can get a win next week.
You guys had a really good win last week against Burnie, a hard-fought win, especially in that last quarter. Burnie had the win over Devonport earlier this year. So are you guys going into this Devonport game quite confident, or are you just going to try and stick to what's been working?
No, we respect every opposition regardless of where they are. So as a coaching group, we'll get our matchups right. Obviously we need to put someone on Thorpe who's a great player. They've got a lot of good midfielders as well, so we need to put some time into them first and foremost, and then shut down their best players, and then hopefully we have an even contribution from our 22, which is obviously what we didn't have today.
A couple of hard hits today, and Campbell looked to be limping obviously last week. He looked to be moving okay today. Any injury concerns coming out of the match?
No, I think all the boys got through well. Like Hugh Williams Senior was the main one, back from his hamstring. He was fine. There's general soreness from a few boys, but that happens at every club. So, yeah, there's no real injury worries there.
Cheers, mate. All the best for next week.